Welcome back, guys. This is session 7 of Adobe Illustrator. Today I'm going to show you how to work with your fills and your strokes. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create shapes so that we can actually see what we're working with and change them. So I'm just going to copy this shape 3 times. Just move all of them. Draw a bit more to the middle. Okay, awesome. Okay, so at the moment, this shape has no fill in it. I'm just going to close over there. This shape has no fill in it. It's only an outline. How do we know that? Because I can see it. I wouldn't be able to see the shape if there was no outline. So if you select your shape, if you want to change the inside of the shape, which we call the fill of the shape, you can go over here, double click on your fill and choose your color. So I want to make mine a blue, and you say OK, and it will change the full color for you. If you want to change the stroke of the object, there's 2 ways in which you can do it. Either you can go here and swap these 2 around and change, double click on your stroke and change the stroke color again in your color picker panel. Okay. Or you can go here at the top and change it using your swatches panel. I'm going to close my color guide, sorry, because it's in the way. Okay, so you can use your swatches panel over here if you want to choose a color from your swatches panel, swatches that you've already saved. So once you're on here, I go off, I can't really see the outside of my shape. I'm going to zoom in a little bit by using my zoom tool because it's part of what you guys need to practice. I'm not going to use my shortcuts. If you want to be able to see the stroke or you want a bigger stroke, you click on your shape, and then here in your panel at the top you can change lots of things about the stroke. First of all, let's make it a little bit thicker. So here the stroke, this is the thickness of it. You can either press up, 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 and you see that the thickness of the stroke continuously changes, or you can go to the drop down and choose the thickness that you want, or you can click inside this little window, delete whatever's happening there, and make it the size that you want. 10, that's really thick. Okay, awesome. So there's lots of ways in which you can change the stroke. So here, this is your full color of the shape. You can either change it here with all your swatches, or you can change it at the bottom. I'm just going to stick to the top for now. So you can change your full color over here. You can change your stroke color over here. You can change the thickness of the stroke over here. You can change the type of stroke that's applied. So uniform, or this will give your shape a completely different effect. We're going to be talking about that a little bit later again. One like that. You can go and run through these on your own time and see what it does to your shape that you've decided to use. I'm just going to put it back on the uniform. Here you have your basic, but you also have other options that you can look at. These are preloaded and I really don't like them. You can go and to your brush libraries menu and go and look at different types of libraries or load new brushes for yourself. But that's what happens when you change the brush for your stroke. But there has to be a very specific reason for you doing that. Don't just do it because you can or because the option is there. It has to be part of your planning and your design. Okay, so awesome. That was changing your normal outline, or your stroke as we call it, and your fill. I'm going to go to my next shape. If you click on your shape, again, standard, my stroke is black at the moment. I can change the size over here. I want to quickly go to gradient. Okay, so this is going to open my gradient. At the moment, I'm on stroke. So you're only working with the strokes gradient. Remember in the previous lesson, we spoke about gradient and how to change it. Just be very careful. You might start changing a lot of things here and then it's not doing anything over here. It's because you're on the stroke and you're not on the fill. Make sure that you swap it around and that you work on the fill. The moment you click on it, your shape will be activated, and whatever gradient is happening over here will become part of this shape over here. If you then want to go and change your stroke, click on the stroke over here, bring it to the front, and you can go and change your stroke to black. So you can have a gradient on the inside and a different stroke. Just going to close that. Different stroke here on the outside. You don't have to have a gradient outline, and when you have a gradient fill, they can be separate. So I can just change our stroke size a little bit so you can see. So you can have a nice black outline and then your gradient in the middle. And then for this one, I'm just going to make the stroke thicker. Okay, and then, sorry, I don't want to use shortcuts. I make use of shortcuts, but I don't want to use shortcuts, because if you guys want to use shortcuts for how to zoom in and out and how to view things and how to use tools with shortcuts, it's all in your manual, but it's very difficult for me to teach you that if you can't see what I'm doing. So I'd rather show you the tools on how to do it first, and then you can practice your shortcuts by using your manual. Okay, so shape 1 has a color stroke that we made thicker. It has a color fill that we changed from white to blue. Second one has a gradient fill, outline, black stroke that we made it slightly thicker. Third one, all I'm going to do with this shape is, you won't see it changing, but I'll show you now how you can see that it changed. At the moment it's a white fill. I'm going to change it to none. Nothing happens. The minute you move it, over another shape, you can see that it's none. There's a difference between a white fill and no fill. That's a white fill. And that red line over there, that's no fill. Okay, awesome. So that is pretty much working with strokes and fills. It's easy. It makes a massive difference if you know how to use them correctly within an artwork. In the next part of your sessions, I'm going to teach you how to change the type of fill that you have and the type of strokes that you have, and how they change your design and your artwork. I'm also going to be looking at working with paths and objects and what the difference is between an open path and a closed path. But for now, please go practice on how to change the thickness of your stroke, how to change the inside color of your shape, how to apply a gradient, how to apply a stroke around a gradient, how to make a shape with no fill, how to make a shape with white fill, and how to just have an outline of a shape. And then I'll see you in the next session. Well, you'll hear me in the next session.